So I did a yesterday. I got this at a con or at a garage sale. Basically, it was 360 Comics did a garage sale, and I got Wizard 20. I'm looking through it, and now I don't know, man. So let me read this article here, okay? Image goes
Hmm?
cosmic in January. It was January 94. Uh, co- uh, Image Comics is unveiling its Cosmic Images line of books, which focus on adventures which take place off of Earth. Earth is very crowded, says Kyle Zimmerman. Who the fuck is Kyle Zimmerman?
Don't
Uh,
remember. He
Image's
was probably
promotional director.
he's probably like the dude between like Tony Libido and like Larry Martyr, you know?
Right. Yeah, I don't even know Larry Marter was here at this point.
That's what I mean. He's probably like the
Yeah.
dude in between.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So it says we've got a dozen of super teams and organizations, and it's time we took to the stars to go cosmic with it, right? Four books set to launch: The Knight, Warlocks with an X, Weapon Zero, and Galactic Legion. Okay. Um, so cosmic, and then it's going to have a Cosmic Images Prelude to be out in January. So January '94. This is, okay. Which springboards the books and provides a map of the star systems of the image universe. In February, Extreme Studios Night. What is Night? The Night
The
was a
Knight.
backup.
Yes, it was a backup. I think Chuck Jones drew it, and it
Eric
wasn't
Stevenson.
particularly great. But
Yeah.
what was cool about it was there's a character in it named Messick. Like
Oh,
Messick. First time I saw my name in a comic.
yeah. There you go. The
So
new, the new series will spotlight Major Ironside as he and the team embark on a suicide mission against the Abyss. Rob Liefeld plots, Eric Stevenson scripting, Chuck Jones penciling. So yeah, it does mention so that actually saw print.
that's
Okay.
all print. Two or
April
three, I think
April.
two or three parts of it.
So that was February, but it says the Comic Images Prelude will be out in January, but it doesn't say who's working on that.
Right.
Next one is Galactic Legion One Shot by Valentino Keith Giffen. The series looks at images, so it's basically Valentino doing Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay.
Right. With Keith
Uh,
Giffen, who did Legion of Superheroes.
yeah.
Now
No, I couldn't find anything for this.
that book didn't come out because they had two totally different ideas and couldn't gel.
Oh, I
They
see. Okay.
both, and that's fine. They're both super strong writers. I mean, you can't, and they just couldn't make it work. So I don't know if Jim Valentino took those ideas and finagled it into the Alliance, which is a book he did
Right.
later on, which
Right.
is
Right. Right.
which is a really good looking book.
What was the others? Was the others?
The others was like kind of like and he it was like a bunch of half human animal hybrids that lived underground. That was a different book, which had a character clone in it, who clone was like Jim Valentino's original Image comic he was going to do before he decided to do Shadowhawk. Do you remember that?
A
Clone with
little
a
bit.
K.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like an
Uh,
insect looking dude.
Yeah, so that book never happened. And then it says no additional information on Weapon Zero by Mark Silvestri and Greg Capullo. Weapon Zero
That's
did
funny.
did show up, and it's
Right.
neither of those. It was Joe Benitez and David Wall, maybe, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure
Well,
actually
David
if
Wald probably was just doing what Mark Silvestri wanted him to do.
yeah, I'm not. I don't remember any Silvestri art on that at all. Like I don't remember any concept sketches or anything on that.
None that we saw. So now that's something that we do want to see. Is
Yeah,
there is there something different? Did Capolo have designs for it? That's a question we should ask him if we see him somewhere.
right. All right, so we figured out that Weapon Zero shows up supposedly in this here. I gotta go backwards here. Let's see. Art of Homage Studios, which was 93.
All right, and if that was coming out, what they say, winter of '94. All these books were supposed to come out. Weapon Zero. God, there's like 20 issues of Weapon Zero. You got
Yeah.
T minus one, two, three, four, issue zero, and then I think 15 issues of the ongoing series.
All right, so this we have a Silvestri codename Strike Force, right?
Right? Codename Strike Force.
Which actually had like we need to look into that. There was a Black Anvil like series that was supposed to happen too that never happened.
That never happened, correct?
Yeah. All right, so we got a Wills, we got a Scott Williams, White Wolf. No. Okay. Uh, no, Jim Lee Wildcats. I don't know who this guy is. Captain Pyro and the West Coast Pirates.
That's the J.
Urban.
Scott Campbell. Were we talking about that the other day? We couldn't remember the name of it.
Yeah. Right. This is who he created for.
First for Nintendo.
Okay.
It was a Nintendo Power magazine for like a create your own video game. And then they used it again for, I think he entered it into the Savage Dragon Creative Villain contest.
Mhm.
It's a shame he never actually did this book. Like the
Looks fun.
characters are all, they're all different looking, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they look fun. You know,
You
back
know,
super creative. Look at all these
you
people.
know, we didn't talk about it. J. Scott Campbell has a Kickstarter up for Danger Girl. It's all the original art to Danger Girl, and it's being
Right.
co-produced by both. Is it Fourth Act? Is that Dunn Beer's company, Fourth
Yeah.
Act,
Yep.
and Skybound? And
Well,
the levels are like,
Skybound is well, fourth act, whatever, fourth act. Scott Dumbier's just works in Skybound basically. Is his own separate division. All the
okay,
Act Four is Skybound technically.
okay. So I know at one point you can get it's the Danger Girl miniseries original art in a nice huge hardcover. But I think the second level or third level, you can get a separate hardcover for all of his Wildsiders art, which is
Mm.
really cool because some of that's unpublished. I think he's got like the next issue of Wildsiders like almost penciled.
Outsiders with a Z.
The Z, that's how you know it's cool.
That's how you know it's cool. Visit the beach. Yeah, this is very kind of pre Gen 13. There's like almost like a Monkey Man and O'Brien situation. Like you can see the Art Adams influence right here.
Yes.
Uh, yeah,
I mean, look at that bottom panel. Basically, that dude looks like Mojo.
yeah. Who inked this? Himself, maybe?
He might have inked it himself. I don't see Garner's name attached, which we normally do.
Operation Urban Storm, which never happened. Way to go! Thanks for saving up that money. Help rebuild Los Angeles.
Jim Lee called up Liefeld. He's like, you got a Deadpool? This is my Deadpool. Like Pike, that character on the first page, is Jim Lee trying to do Deadpool.
Pike.
Just like Bishop was Jim Lee trying to do Cable.
Yuck.
So this is neat because we didn't know who didn't get their work done for Operation Urban Storm. The Youngblood story is basically done. I've seen 2 pages. Dragon's done. Shadowhawk's done. Jim Lee did his part. So it goes. It always seems to go
Always.
back to McFarlane.
Always.
Why don't we just get 4 new pinups by McFarlane, inked by various people, like he did with Image Zero?
Yeah, he sucks. Look, as an early Joe Mad. Not
Yeah.
not a good drawing. Not a good drawing. He even says it. He loves fast women though. That's cool. And then so this is Weapon Zero, which I don't know if any of this holds. I'm not sure. I don't know that. I don't remember. I remember liking that because I remember it was Joe Benitez, who was kind of like in between Silvestri and Campbell. Like it was kind of like in between. It's actually kind of crazy thinking about that because Campbell is a Wildstorm and Benitez is a Top Cow, so it's kind of like a combination of all
But
that.
they
Back
were
here
all
was
combined.
Homage.
Yeah, they were all combined in homage until Silvestri said, "I gotta go." Like he didn't want to be under. He's Jim Silvestri's. A lot of people think he's better than Jim Lee, so he didn't want to be under Jim Lee's control. Like Wildstorm Studios, Homage Studios at that point just seemed like it was Jim Lee's company, and Silvestri's like, "I'm not Jim Lee's company. We're like a partner, not like he's not my boss." So that's why he split and ran, and he took his artists with him that he discovered, Finch, Benitez.
Right. How to Draw by Will Partaccio. But it's How to Draw by Will Partaccio. However, all this artwork is who's right? Who's talking here? Is this is I guess the red is him talking about how this is breaking down. It's kind of weird. Why does it say why does it say by Will Partaccio?
I guess he's explaining it, but
Yeah,
like it's
it's a Gen 13 page. Okay, swimsuits. There we go.
that's how you end a good special.
Give me the swimsuits. Aaron Wiesenfeld. I think you'd probably be hurting that car there. No, that's probably not a good
Yeah, it's like
situation.
get your feet off my car, mall.
Ryan Benjamin. That's a very strangely proportionated. Jim Lee. Jim
This
Lee.
is that's Jim Lee in response to Brett Booth, I think, mocking him for his shitty dinosaurs in the Punisher Wolverine crossover.
Okay,
He's like your dinosaur sucks. So Jim Lee had to draw this
that's
to
funny.
try to prove. Oh yeah, look, it even says it
There you go.
because Brett Booth is
All
like the
the young
dinosaur.
punks giving me a hard time. Brett Booth.
That's Brett Booth. Brett Booth
Where's
loves drawing dinosaurs.
where's Brett Booth? Is Brett Booth doing this? Look. And then this is not. These are not swimsuits, by the way. These are not. They forgot. Black
Well,
Anvil.
they probably don't go swimming a lot, being that they're metal.
What am I looking at here? What's this? This is his arm. Where's his arm going? His arm going into. Oh, it's up there.
It goes up, yeah.
Oh my Lord, look at that. I don't know if that's a good drawing, man. I don't think his arms are that long. I don't understand. Sketchbook. Scott Clark.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that stuff looks better than like his like I always like Scott Clark. And that
Mm,
stuff looks really good.
yeah. Dina Gibbons. Joe Chodo. These are the only drawings of, by the way, if you see any sketchbook, this is it. These are all the pre-Cyberforce drawings. Like that's all. That's all
Yes.
there is. He drew them once on a piece of paper, then he drew them in the book. I don't feel like there's any sketchbook stuff that he does. Another Chodo, Wilsey. All right. Brett Booth.
Brett Booth.
Here's Wild Core, right? They eventually become Wild Core.
That
A
yeah,
lot of
that's
these
all his team.
characters. Had a break into comics, practice a lot. Who drew that? Is that a Scott Clark there? Can't see it.
Can see it? And it doesn't say it.
Alex Gardner. And then that's it.
That's
That's
it.
it.
So
So let me
going back to the news part of this, yeah, this Silvestri Weapon Zero is not the Weapon Zero we end up getting.
no. Okay. So then all right. So then and then so what we know where some of the stuff came. We know that Galactic Legion, they couldn't find the idea, so that eventually probably became the others, or you said what was it called?
The Alliance.
The Alliance. Okay. Yeah. And then Weapon Zero by Mark Silvestri, Greg Capullo. No,
No.
no. But Mark Silvestri, we just showed, did that. And then Warlocks. I love that it has like your no additional information available on Weapon Zero, but apparently enough information that it has Mark Silvestri and Greg Capullo attached to that. Or Warlocks, which would have been
What it
who's represented here? So we have Extreme Studios,
Extreme? Right.
Top Cow,
Top Cow. Shadow Line.
right, Shadowline. And then so what's missing?
Well, Larson was never going to do it.
Yeah.
Jim Lee.
Maybe he was
And
Warlocks with an X.
was he? What is Warlocks?
I don't know.
Does,
I looked it
does it
up.
say anything about it?
No, I looked it up a couple times. There was
And
nothing.
and McFarlane, which is a shame because I think McFarlane has a space thing. Like that was that Total Chaos line. Like that
Right.
was like in his toy line, the McFarlane toys, Total Chaos was like a space bunch of space characters.
Yeah.
And I always thought like Sweat, McFarlane's pinup he did in Image Zero would have been a cool space thing. Spawn was created as a space character.
Right.
Spawn was a Star Wars ripoff, which is
It's pretty
hilarious.
funny. Yeah. So Warlocks, but then it says April will also have the return of a monthly Youngblood Brigade Bloodstrike, which I think all happened. Yeah, was that Bloodstrike when it went to Carl Alstetter? I can't say his name. But then it says Ripclaw miniseries, pencil by Capullo. Ripclaw did get a Capullo drawing in Cyberforce source book, something, Top Cow source
Yeah,
book.
something. It was a really cool looking sketch.
Yeah, so there is a Capullo Ripclaw drawing, and then there was a mini series by Jordan Raskin and Kevin Nolan became a one shot. That's it. This is colored a little different too. That's also are from the second Ripclaw miniseries. This I think came out first, and then Brandon Peterson, who we just saw doing Bloodstrike, he had that Ripclaw miniseries,
Right.
which I'm not sure the that. So anyway, Image also says due to the excessive extreme and deathmate tours, they're planning a rookie tour promoting young artists as well as the tour of the founders for late '94. Not sure if that ever happened. I'm not
The
sure if that
Founders
happened.
one didn't happen. The Rookie Store might have, because my friend went up to North Jersey or New York and he met like a bunch of the Extreme guys and he has a little Moon Knight sketch by Stephen Platt.
Yeah, I didn't even really look at this, but if you look at this first story here, it says Gaiman is currently planning to write several miniseries based on other members of Endless. No.
Nope.
Delirium will be your own miniseries by Joe Thompson. No. Bacalo, another death miniseries that did happen.
Well, at least one issue, and then Buckingham took over.
That's true. Yeah, because it got too popular. Which
He
I
got
believe that second
he got
series
that
actually
X-Men
is a
money,
little
dude.
bit better. I think that second series is a hair better. Have you watched? Did you finish Sandman yet?
No,
It's so
no, I'm
funny.
halfway.
You're doing Sandman. I watched two episodes of Sandman, kind of got too dour, kind of got bored by it, and then I went to the last surprise episode which they did last season too. See, it's such a bummer that that Sandman series is not continuing
Yes.
because it's a gift in itself by the how it's doing everything. It's done
Mhm.
correctly.
Right.
But then you had like a surprise episode last season with like Orpheus and stuff, like, or you had the Cats one
Yeah,
of the
the cat's
two.
one.
But you did the Orpheus storyline last story. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just we're not going to be able to get stuff like this.
No,
You
it's a
know?
shame. It's a
Yeah, it's
big
a
shame
shame.
that
I have such a
Gaiman's
good see because I had
he
because
fucked
even
up.
then, like like the Dreaming, everything that came out after Sandman is okay. There's nothing. There was a Merv Pumpkinhead story that was pretty good, but I think it was probably carried because it had Kevin Nolan artwork. But other than that, there was no Dreaming storyline that you're like, this is great. There was no
Yeah.
Lucifer, fine. There was nothing that came from that was ever 70% it might have been 60 to 70% as good as any issue of Sandman. Nothing ever topped
Right. Yeah,
anything.
nothing ever topped it.
So that's it. But yeah, this is our we're gonna resegment. We're just gonna
I,
segment this
you
thing.
know,
We
I
just
kind
did,
of like, I love doing stuff like this. I love talking about books that never happened.
yeah,
Like reading, like Wizard News was always my favorite thing. In fact, when I look at old issues of Wizard, I particularly go to the news section to see what didn't happen.
yeah. Well, that there's a lot in here too, and actually, I kind of dug that. I got a brigade card. You know,
Super cool.
very
Brigade, that's
fun. But
a
then you
Wizard
said
card.
you knew the
Haha.
number when I talked to
I
you
said
about
that's
this.
I said that's card
You
number
fucking
11.
weirdo. And then you said that there's two of them. And I'm like, fuck
Yeah,
you, man, because like it's not that easy. You can find old wizards, but most of the time they're red and all the inserts are gone. This
right.
one was in a bag, but the inserts were still there. So it had a Fleer Ultra. These are smaller than real cards. So it's kind of weird. Like they're smaller than real cards in
Right.
this. Um and I thought there was something else. I don't know. But it was kind of crazy. Like, yeah, so they have a triple fold, they have a triple gatefold. Um, but then it also came with, and this was inside of it, and it's kind of a really low. Um, is you have, and I want to be careful because I may try to frame this, but it's a Casada
Oh, Ninjak.
Ninjak Value Vision, which is not reprinted. It's the stuff we love. We love it.
It's yeah, it's original.
It's a Valiant Vision presented. Then I could wear
I
my Valiant Vision glasses and look at it
Here's something
in
weird,
my
Mark.
home.
I think Wizard may have owned the rights to the art they bought because a lot of stuff in Wizard never got published anywhere else.
Oh
All
yeah,
the image covers never got published anywhere. Like, why aren't those things in the hardcovers?
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
uh, there's a lot of really good original art in
Yeah,
Wizard.
there's a Ninjak one. Like, hey, Ninjak one's coming. This art's never anything in it either.
Now,
Yeah. So we need to do is this will be a whole new. We got to title this or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, what was the cosmic images of tomorrow or whatever the hell it was supposed to. What was it called again? I forgot already. There was going to be a cosmic images. Cosmic
yeah,
images.
I want that Prelude book.
Image
Was
goes
that Pre?
cosmic.
Here's a question mark. Was that
Doesn't
Prelude
say.
book ever solicited?
No, I don't believe so. No,
I don't think the book was solicited.
no, no.
So,
The
uh,
Knight.
interesting stuff. So.
The Knight.